In today's video, I'm going to go in depth into what determines the chance that you get a BoE rare or epic in Classic World of Warcraft and how you can use that to your advantage while you set out to farm them. In my example, I'm going to use Mage Fist gloves, and you're going to see very quickly why it's difficult to target farm one of these rares. The drop chance of Mage Fist gloves is approximately 0.00625% chance. What does that mean? Well, it's going to take around 12,000 elite kills before you're more likely than not to have seen a drop, and more likely being a coin flip. So if you kill 12,000 elite mobs that are eligible to drop Mage Fist gloves, you have a 50-50 chance of seeing it by then. All right, so what? Why am I making this video? Why does it really matter? 12,000 kills is kind of insane, especially for the casual player. So what's the point? Well, that number is so low because at the same level, there are a bunch of BoE rares that can drop. So Mage Fist is maybe 1 out of 20 that can drop from any given elite mob. So instead of checking just if Mage Fist is going to drop, let's look at any generic rare off of any elite mob in all of Classic WoW. The drop chance is going to be 0.125%. It's much higher than the previous chance, but again, what does that mean for the average player? Well, it means you're going to have to kill 600 elites before you have a higher chance of seeing it drop than not. All right, let's say you want to farm one of these generic rares. What matters past the idea of like, okay, we need to kill 600 enemies, right? Two things. One is the item level, and then the next is the enemy level. In order to get the highest chance of this thing dropping, you're going to want to kill enemies that are within a 5-level range of the item level. So an example being Mage Fist. Mage Fist has an item level of 20, so the enemy level that you're going to be required to kill in order for it to drop is going to be between 18 and 22. Although it's hard for me to say with 100% confidence that this is the way it goes, just based on all of the shit that I've done in Classic and then Season of Discovery, I'm almost positive how it works. In order to verify some of this information, I'm going to send everybody back to the past. Down below is going to be a link to the web archive of Allakhazam. And normally how I use it is this specific link where it shows monsters by zone. I'm going to guarantee that the Shadowfang Keep mob that we just killed has a chance of dropping Mage Fist as well as a high chance of dropping it. So in here, there aren't too many mobs in Shadowfang. Actually, we're going to look at Shadowfang Moonwalker. The only thing on Allakhazam that isn't correct is the level range. It says it's 14 to 20. That's not true. It's 18 to 20. So given what I said, it should always have a chance of dropping Mage Fist, which it does. When you come to Allakhazam and you're looking at a certain mob that you want to farm, what you want to look at is this bar at the bottom here that tells you the aggregate chance of it dropping a rare, an uncommon, a white, or a gray. If it can drop an epic, that'll pop up here. And when it comes to what you're looking for, you want 0.1% or higher, right? That means that is a good target for farming BoE blues. And for epics, we'll get to that in a bit. If we go here and click show all drops, that'll actually show all of the blues that can possibly drop from this monster. And yep, there you go. Mage Fist is a possibility. This is an elite mob. I did my calculations on elite mobs, but if we want to take a look at the chance of non-elite mobs, I'm going to go to Silverpine Forest, and we're just going to find a mob that's in the level range, but is not elite. I had one. Here we go. Ravenclaw Dirger. If we look at the bottom here, it's about half the drop chance as before, so 0.05%. The green drop chance is also lower. This is kind of how it goes. Normally it is, normal mobs have, half the chance to drop these items as elite mobs. And once again, you can show all drop and, hover through to see, even though it shows Mage Fist here, it doesn't show like all the other ones. That's just because not a lot of people have killed these, even though it's showing like 30,000 or whatever, in order to see like every single one of the rare BoEs that they could drop, they would have to kill hundreds of thousands of these. Everything I've said so far also applies to epics. So we're going to take a look and verify that Edgemasters also fulfill these roles. Edgemaster's eye level is 49, and we're going to go take a look at mobs that are in the hinterlands that are elites that have a chance of dropping Edgemasters. And when we come here, you can actually see the epic drop chance, which is 0.02%, much lower than 0.125. You see an epic in about, you see 5 BoE blues before you see 1 BoE epic. That's kind of how it goes. So in overall, you're looking at around 3,000 elite kills before you're going to see an epic. If we go show all drops here, it's going to show you all the epics that drop, and boom, there's Edgemasters. So as long as, once again, the rules are based on the eye level of the item, if the mob you're killing is within a 5-level range of that item level, it has a chance of dropping it. Come to Allakhazam to verify the drop chance of epics from that mob. For epics, 0.02 and greater is good. For blues, 0.1 and greater is good. But overall, these numbers are pretty solid. If you go to Wowhead, it's going to get a little funky. You can use Wowhead to find mobs to farm, but I wouldn't trust any of Wowhead's drop rates. If you want me to show how I calculate the number of kills it takes to drop, let me know in the comments. It's pretty straightforward, but I didn't want to bog down the video with that, so. The TLDR is if you're trying to farm for any BoE rare, it's going to be around 600 elite kills before you see one. And then for any BoE epic, it's going to be around 3,000. It makes these items almost impossible to target farm, but it's kind of cool to give yourself a chance at getting one of these items, even if it isn't the exact one that you want. Sometimes you can sell it for more gold and buy the actual one you want, etc. I have a lot of fun farming stuff. That's kind of what I enjoy in Classic WoW, so I'm looking forward to the next few phases where more and more items come about. But once again, as always, I hope everybody's having a good time, and I will catch you guys in the next one.